Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visited civilians and servicemen wounded by Russian attacks at a Kyiv hospital. The hospital is in the town of Vorzel in Kyiv, which came under fire during its evacuation. At the hospital, Zelensky spoke with injured Kyiv residents undergoing treatment. 16-year-old Katya Vlasenko was among them, who was wounded when her family car came under fire. The family was trying to escape fighting in the area northwest of the capital Kyiv. Katya was wounded when she shielded her 8-year-old brother with her body.
And I began by asking him if the UK is sending the Ukrainian armed forces weapons which would enable them to shoot down Russian planes and missiles.
Definitely that will help shoot planes out of the sky, yes.
But not missiles?
I mean, it would be a blooming good shot.
There was an attack near to Lviv by the airport today. I mean, do you think there is a danger that signalling that you are sending all this military aid is bringing the war to the west of Ukraine? Because it's obviously coming in through Poland.
I think we flatter ourselves if we think that the Russians get their intelligence from watching Western media. They'll know full well what we're up to. As bad as it will feel for people who are in Lviv today, it's not at all unexpected and isn't a surprise that Russia would want to try to interrupt Ukrainian supply lines. That is very much an integral part of war. What I think we need to do is to work with Romania and Slovakia to create further points of entry into Ukraine for this aid, so the Russian job is harder.
There are a group of people, and I spoke to one, Anders Fogh Rasmussen, the former NATO Secretary General, last night, saying that the West has made a mistake. By taking military action off the table, you have made it clear to Putin that you will go so far, but only so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a point of debate. Clearly, the current Secretary General thinks otherwise. So too do most of those who are right now in the hot seat and have to make decisions on behalf of their countries in the West. I happen to agree very much with what the Prime Minister of the UK, President of the United States, the current Secretary General of NATO are saying, which is that denying Putin that opportunity to claim that NATO is the aggressor, NATO is the one that is taking the fight to the Russians, was quite an important part of denying him the sort of narrative of legitimacy to the Russian people.
You don't worry that it makes NATO look weak?
NATO is absolutely working as an alliance in a way we've not seen for 30 years to contain this in Ukraine. And all of the threats that Putin is making, NATO is ready to respond to. It's just that NATO is a defensive alliance, and NATO's boundary is where NATO's boundary is.
The broadcasting regulator, which I know is independent, but whose boss is appointed by the government, has now taken away the licence of Russia Today, RT. That will have an implication for the BBC in Russia, won't it? I mean, it could be damaging to get free information to the people of that country.
It's right that the regulator has taken the decision to take Russia Today off the airwaves, rather than government. Whether or not it has consequence for the BBC, I don't know, but it feels to me as if Putin is already clamping down on the BBC and Russia pretty heavily anyway.
You're putting out these sort of defence intelligence updates on Twitter every day, saying that the Russian advance has been stalled, they're not getting anywhere. I mean, do you really know what their military objective is?
I can't tell you what it is and how we've got it, but I know very well that whatever the Russians thought their plan was, it is not working. There was huge hubris in it. Nobody